Good morning, Hatfield. Welcome to our final news podcast from this Hatfield location for the 2014 school year. I'm Mary Forbes, your news anchor.
And I'm Casey Bergbauer, your co-anchor, and we are here to present our last broadcast. As you know, we are moving to the Penfield campus next year while renovations occur here. We will bring you updates about those renovations next year as we will bring our cameras here to let you know what is going on.
Today we have a lot of interesting stories to bring to you. For example, we will present an interview with Mr. Peter Calanato, our local author from Doylestown who visited us last month.
We also will present a final OAS segment. This week we feature a look at skits from 5th grade. Josh Jones will have some final information for you.
We also have some video from our 4th grade's Wax Museum. All of you 3rd graders out there can start thinking about what you want to be next year.
Finally, we are here to present to you our Hatfield family. If there are newsworthy items that you would like to see us include, let us know over the summer. Send us an email. Check out our Hatfield website, www.npen.org/Hatfield.
So let's begin with our broadcast. Please stand for our pledge to the flag. Today's pledge is led by students in Mrs. Trayvold's kindergarten class.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a culminating activity to our guidance lessons on bullying prevention and internet safety, we did skits in Mr. Scullen's class. Some of those strategies were to use confident body language, which looks like using eye contact, keeping your head up, and standing straight and tall. It was a fun and creative way to show what we learned about bullying prevention with Mrs. Bainbridge.
Anna, I think we need to talk. This thing that's going on, they've been picking on Jack for a really long time.
Yeah, I agree. It's not getting funny anymore.
Yeah, we should stop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Day 3. Stop! You guys have been picking on Jack for a very long time, and I don't want you to do it again. Day 4.
Today we have a very special guest here at Hatfield, author Peter Catalanato. Mr. Catalanato has written many children's books such as The Painter, Emily's Art, Matthew ABC, and Ivan the Terrier, and he just illustrated some books such as An Angel for Solomon Singer, The Seal Story, Dream Place, and Mother to Tigers. He has written and illustrated many more books. Thanks to Mr. Catalanato for setting aside his time to come to Hatfield and making time to do this interview so that we can get to know him and his books better. So, Mr. Catalanato, tell us about your book, Dylan's Day Out. Did you have a dog that inspired you to make the character Dylan?
I did. I had a black Labrador that actually inspired Dylan. His name was Bo. I'd come home and he just was always staring out the window, wondering, and I always wondered what he would do if he ever got out and had his own day. But in order to make the book different than other dog books, I decided to make all the characters black and white. So the black Labrador became a Dalmatian. And I changed the name to Dylan because Bo's Day Out sounded like he had a cold when I said it. Bo's Day Out, it sounded terrible. Dylan's Day Out had a much bouncier sound to it. In fact, the best way to make your writing better is to read it out loud and listen to it.
Is your book, The Painter, based on real life?
The Painter is actually a story about my daughter when she was the first time she ever came into my studio. She always wanted to come into my studio, but I wouldn't let her because it was too dangerous. There was like razor blades and sharp scissors and pencils. But the first time I actually did let her in my studio, she was so excited to be there she could hardly paint. and that's where the idea came from.
I thought that your book, Matthew ABC, was very funny. If you were one of the Matthews in Miss Tuttle's class, what word with a C would you be remembered by?
It's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that. Probably cookies or cake. If there were cookies or cake around, I was right there. So I'm going to say Peter C. loved cookies and cake.
In Emily's art, I like that Emily didn't win the art contest because if she won, it would be a happy ending and then the book would be over. That would be too predictable. It'd also be kind of boring. Tell us about the book and your inspiration for making it.
The children always worry about how they draw, and they think that, they worry about drawing better or worse than other kids, and it's not a contest. Art shouldn't be a contest. Everybody should draw. Everybody draws differently. If we all drew the same, it would be boring. So I wanted to make a book about a kid who just sees things differently, and her artwork expresses that. And the reason I didn't have her win the contest because I didn't want winning the contest seen as the most important thing in the book. I wanted the most important thing in the book to be that, everybody draws differently and all art should be celebrated. So I like that you like that it didn't have the obvious ending to it. It's great.
Can you tell us about the dog Ivan from Ivan the Terrier and about his life?
His name in real life was Painter, and he looks exactly like Ivan. I changed it to Ivan the Terrier because of Ivan the Terrible, because he ends up wrecking all these other stories. But Painter was a Jack Russell Terrier. He was a great little dog, and if you didn't see him, it meant he was destroying something somewhere, chewing on something or scratching at something. So he was the perfect dog to inspire Ivan the Terrier.
What is some advice that you give to kids who are having trouble in writing?
Writing is something that you have to do every day. And like I was saying to the kids at lunch today, if you want to be a better writer, be a better reader. It's funny, you want to be a better basketball player, you play basketball. You want to be a better musician, you play an instrument. But if you want to be a better writer, be a good reader, because reading other people's stories will help you tell your own stories. And that's the best advice. Keep a journal, write every day, and if you're too tired to write, or if you don't think you have anything to write about, start your journal entry by saying, I'm too tired to write tonight because, and before you know it, you'll have a great journal entry.
Finally, if you could meet any one of your characters from your books, who would you pick? What are some reasons that you picked that character?
Wow, that's a good question. Ivan, I guess. I guess it'd be fun to be Ivan, just kind of going around, barking at everything, running around, making friends where you can, eating whatever you find. I think it'd be kind of a nice little life to be a Jack Russell Terrier. Everybody seems to like little dogs like that, too. So
I think that I would have picked Dylan. Some of Peter Catalanato's books are in the library here at school, and you could find some more of his books at a public library near you. Thank you for your time, Mr. Catalanato.
Thank you, Connor. That was great.
Welcome to Hatfield Elementary.
I had a great time.
Welcome to the 4th grade Wax Museum.
Let's take a quick tour. This is Gian Bluford Jr.
So take off in T-minus 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Hi, do you want to take off in space with me? My name is Dr. Gian Stewart Bluford Jr., and I'm an astronaut. I was born and raised in Philadelphia. As a kid, I was in
Philadelphia College of Art. Later, I got married to her on April 17, 1946. My son, Nancy Megan Leo. Dr. Seuss was our mentor and editor at Random House.
And that was Stan Berenstein. This is Grace Kelly.
3, 2, 1, action. Step aside for actress, model, and princess, me, Grace Kelly. I was born on November 12, 1929 in Philadelphia and died on September 14, 1982.
Here's Daniel Boone.
Fuse, that trip to the fictitious with Tom Boone. I was born on November 2nd, 1734, and I died on September 26, 1820. I was elected to the Virginia legislature, and I served in the French and Indian War.
I was born in 1907 in Springdale, Pennsylvania. I died on April 14, 1964 in Silver Spring, Maryland. I also have a sister named Tristan and a and brother named Robert. I also have a sister. I had one sibling work for my book called See Around Us.
I was in Massachusetts and died in Philadelphia. I was married to Elizabeth Reed. Some of my accomplishments were I invented the bifocals, the rocking chair, and much more. I was a founding father. I signed the Declaration of Independence.
And finally, here's Milton Hershey.
Welcome to my factory. If you didn't see the boxes, I'm Milton Hershey, and I'll make the best chocolate you've ever tasted. I was born on September 13th, 1857, and died on October 13th, 1945. I was the first person to bring chocolate to America, and I started out as a Pennsylvania farm boy and became an entrepreneur. Hershey's chocolate is known all over the world. Enjoy the rest of my factory tour.
Remember our school's motto:
Respect and responsibility.